Hey everybody, it is the Dead Lemons podcast.
Sponsored by Dead Lemons E-Juice.
No. But also, yes please.
Yes, please. If you guys hear this, your juice is not bad.
Yeah, Dead Lemon juice.
Now, who's
Tasty.
suing who first, me or you?
I'm Matt,
I'm Jan.
and we're back again for probably this episode and more than likely another random long break in between.
Probably a sizable break in between.
Yeah, because somebody decided to go off and get married.
Ah.
Congratulations to my gook brother from another mother who's attractive.
Jeez. I knew you were going to say something again.
So he's been busy with that and then work as well, even though I think now you're done.
For now.
For
the time being.
Yeah. And then I myself have been busy with work and trying to get other things taken care of. But we're back for this one. And, it's also going to be a little bit different. Still trying to keep the whiskey thing alive. But
damn, you're already, just shelling out, huh?
What do you mean?
Like, you're not going to surprise him? Like, oh, it's whiskey time. Oh, yeah, we're going to kind of just change it up. So this is the layout of this episode.
No.
That's essentially what you're doing right now.
Okay, fine. You take the reins then, Jan.
Oh, man. I mean, okay, I guess we can start with a topic. I did show you that
You
video.
just want to jump into a topic. See, I try to, treat this as a casual thing. Like, hey, guys, talking, blah, blah, blah. And then you build up to it, okay? You just want to get into the nitty-gritty. I'm like,
It's not really.
hey.
It's not really a nitty-gritty. I mean, I didn't want to ask your opinion on it.
Nitty-gritty.
No, don't. Almost.
Anyways, go ahead.
Horse name.
Go ahead.
Horse name.
Oh,
Yeah.
my horse.
Yeah, we've been playing a lot of Red Dead Redemption. So.
A whole lot of Red Dead. Well, no, I wouldn't say a whole lot. But
probably recently. It's like the only game we play at this point.
Basically.
It's been very cowboy themed, ironically.
I haven't finished Remnant. Then we jumped to... What did we jump to? What were we playing? I forgot.
Wait, in between Remnant?
Yeah.
It's just...
We tried Tarkov for a quick moment, but then you had connection issues.
No, I just think that I think it's been resolved. They did come out with a new patch. So.
Well, point is, we barely played any Tarkov, and then
from our experience of Tarkov, to be honest with you, I had to kind of wait for the next wipe for me to actually enjoy the game again because I had zero, I had nothing in my arsenal, if you recall.
What game were we playing?
I thought we were talking about Escape from Tarkov right now.
We were, but I want to touch on it real quick. I'm trying to remember the dang game that we jumped from Remnant into something else.
Oh.
And then we jumped to Red Dead.
I feel like it was just Red Dead. I
don't know. Anyways, point is.
Yes. Oh no! I think no. We were in VR chat.
Was that what
it was? VR chat,
and I got banned.
Yeah, it was VR chat and was it Gary's mod?
Oh, Gmod, yeah.
But then you had to get yourself banned off VR chat, hence the reason why we haven't been on VR
Listen,
chat.
I'm not the one who makes the Nazi avatars. I just think I want that one, and then I wear it.
Oh, wait, okay, I forgot. How'd you get that avatar in the first place?
In the right place at the right time, talking to the right people, I guess.
What is the right place and the right time is what I'm trying to figure out.
I think 2 of them I got from a guy at the Black Cat Cafe.
See, that's surprising to me because I've been in the Black Cat Cafe, and that place is super weebish and liberish.
Everybody's super gay there.
Literally.
Yeah. No, I came across a dude, and we were talking about stuff, like political stuff, and the current situation of that America's in.
Before we get to that, what the hell was his opinion on politics? I'm pretty sure it was probably aligned with what you were talking
Basically.
If he's the guy that gifted you, was it Goebbels? Or was
no,
it,
that was a
God.
Heimlich?
I would, if I was going to put a tier of Nazis, I would say Heimlich Himmler is probably worse than Hitler.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, and people don't realize that because, everyone wants to say Hitler is, is it worse than Hitler, Mr. Daddy Trumpy?
Oh, jeez. Yeah, Trump. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't care if you liked him or not. To say he was worse than Hitler is the most retarded thing that you can ever mutter. We can debate on whether or not the genocide even happened.
Oh boy,
About
we're jumping to the heavy ones, aren't we?
Remember my people. Listen, we can debate whether or not that even happened, but let's just assume it did. Trump didn't do anything like that. He didn't kill off a bunch of people.
Well, the comparison they try to make is he put.
He didn't do that though. You're gonna talk about the kids in the cages.
I mean that was the previous administration's.
Yeah, that was all Obama.
Now Biden.
Yeah.
No one seems to want to talk about that.
They're, what do they call them? They changed the name to make it seem like enclosures or something like that.
Oh, you mean I think it was like bungalows or something.
Yeah,
like,
it's literally the same exact thing.
He just changes the name around.
Yeah,
but you know, it's pick and choose. The media is propaganda, so you have to be mindful of what you see on the media these days.
Yes.
But no one ever seems to do that because a lot of them just seem to suck everything up. Like
no, it's all emotional politics.
It's funny because it's like when you hear someone say they're being independent and anti-government, I'm like, are you really being as independent as you think you are? Because it just sounds like you're saying what everyone else is saying, like celebrities and
everybody. Okay, I don't know if I've mentioned this on a podcast before. I mentioned it to you in prior conversations. We are living in a day and age of the self-proclaimed intellectual.
Yes, you have mentioned this before. Hence where I come in with my college joke again, but I'm not doing it again.
Oh yeah, no.
I have.
The reality is, so many people want to think they're an individual, right, and think that they're educated and think that they know better than everyone else. But it's the same rhetoric, whether it be in academics or in politics or societal issues. When it's the same rhetoric, that innately, especially when it jives with the agenda, that innately makes you not an intellectual. Now, I don't consider myself an intellectual because I just feel like that's dumb. But
that's exactly what not an intellectual is.
Maybe
dumb.
But and that's everybody. It's funny because whether it's COVID, whether it's like I said, politics or whatever, people will literally walk around, act like they know what they're talking about, and then you ask them, "What was your source?" Oh, CNN and MSNBC or any mainstream media. It doesn't matter if it's left or right.
I'd throw Fox in there as well.
Yeah, exactly. And they feel confident in that, but it's like.
But you haven't done any of the research yourself.
Or they'll do a quick Google search and they'll take whatever's off of the first page.
I feel like CNN for example, I feel like they've just gone down in value ever since Trump got out of office because I feel like Trump was just living like rent free in their heads and obviously you mentioned the guy. It's just a big money grab. He's almost clickbait at this point. He's ethereal. He's Ethereum. Well, actually, Bitcoin's actually worth more than Ethereum. He's Bitcoin at this point. He's the money stock. But it's like they can't get away from the guy. The guy's not even in office anymore. It's like, why are we still talking about Trump? Like, there's a new president in office right now. The current incumbent is doing things that
with plenty of interesting, newsworthy things.
But that's not being mentioned. I don't know if you've seen the recent one. Have you seen the one where he was doing like a press conference, and immediately when he asked, "Would you have any questions for me?" and they immediately cut the feed. Now, what was your 2 cents on that?
It's obvious.
He's just a puppet, and they didn't prep him for this part.
Basically, it seems to me that there's been a major effort to make him look good, and make him look competent.
The guy's a stuttering fool, man.
Yeah, I honestly feel bad for him, pedophile or not. I actually feel bad for him. Now, I don't feel bad for him like I would, like, I don't know, a random crying Japanese woman. But I do feel bad for him to some degree because he's lost. Like, literally. Whether it be walking and looking like he has no idea where he's going, or when he's signing freaking executive orders and mutters under his breath.
I don't know what I'm
signing. Like, come on, man. Like, I feel bad. They're obviously using him.
I mean, he's obviously senile and out of his head at this point. It's interesting because you mentioned they wanted to paint him like in a better light.
Yeah.
There was that documentary I told you to kind of look into on Amazon. It was
Justice
Clarence Thomas.
Yeah.
who in the narrative is very obviously against the whole liberal agenda, because he said it himself. Like he was raised as a black conservative by his grandfather who didn't know how to read English, was incredibly impoverished, but never once used himself or played the victim. He just said, "Just work hard, son, and you'll get somewhere."
Yeah.
Which is obviously against what a lot of what BLM stands for.
Absolutely.
And hence another reason why I want you to look into it. I mean, maybe it's not for everyone, but back to the whole Biden thing when we were saying like they're trying to paint him in a better light. There was an entire section of that when Biden was in the Senate, spent a considerable amount of time asking really pointless racial questions during his justice hearing. The whole interview that they do for every single Supreme Court candidate they have in.
Yep.
Like he asked him, "What do you think about Roe versus Wade? Like, what does this have to do with him getting into the Supreme Court?" Like,
well, to be fair, that is a court case.
I suppose yes, but really, like, the whole Roe v. Wade thing, and they did it for like 2 days straight, and then they finally got another woman to claim that he was like a rapist or something.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah, it's so easy to look back on Biden's history and see, wait a minute.
He did pass the crime bill, which is hilarious. Which, obviously gives jurisdiction for a lot of these police officers to pretty much just be biased and label anyone of African descent as a criminal. But, no one likes to talk about that, do they?
No. But, at the same time, though, all those people that don't want to talk about those things still think that they know everything.
I feel like that's a form of racism in itself.
It is.
It's like a reverse racism almost.
I don't know about reverse racism, but it is.
Like, don't you think if you give too much, like, for example, a certain race too much credit and too much, like,
Yeah, no, racism is not just the demeaning or the hatred. It is also favoring another race.
Like the Japanese, you fucking weeb.
I don't know what to say. I've never denied being racist. No. Disclaimer, I'm not a racist. No, but yeah, obviously I like Japanese people, but whatever.
I mean, we did have that pretty good Japanese beer, so I'll give him that one.
We did. Oh yeah.
Well, we're not gonna be able to drink it for this episode.
We won't be able to drink it. We will recommend. Do you remember the name of it?
It was Yuzu Jaeger.
It wasn't Jaeger.
No,
Lager.
Jaeger, whatever.
Lager. With an L.
Oh, Jaeger. That's a fucking drink.
Yes, it is.
Ellen Jaeger.
But
Justice.
Yes.
What?
I forgot to show you the meme prior to this.
Which one?
You maybe come across it, but there's a meme where it's like in regards to the to this new season's Attack on Titan theme or opening intro, and how it's like when you first hear it and it's like, what the hell is this garbage?
I sent that to you last time, dude.
I already had seen it.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
I've seen it.
You didn't? Oh, okay. Oh, I see what you're
Come
saying.
on.
I see the. Listen, bro. I've been up since 5 a.m. 12-hour shift. I'm tired.
We're all tired.
Yeah, I know.
To be honest with you, if you're at home at this time, you'd probably be playing Red Dead.
I would be falling asleep though. But anyways, yeah, and it's just kind of funny because the opening is kind of weird at first, but it hits, and then especially when you've hopefully maybe we can insert this the
karaoke guy.
The karaoke guy's version.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely put it in.
La vida está la vividas, la vida está la vivida, la vida está la vividas, justice, vivida.
He doesn't even really speak Japanese. It's hilarious.
I love it though.
Oh jeez.
Anyways,
bit of a segue.
Yes.
Our first half of segues. Birkona. Biru. Ever seen that from Iron Chef? It's like, what's today's secret ingredient?
Yeah.
It's like, a beer. You ever see that?
Today's secret ingredient is
There was one with beer?
Yes.
Really? No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, like the guy. You know how he obnoxiously says like.
You know what that is too?
What?
That's also racism. Producers make him do that.
Isn't he Japanese though?
He is.
I know his dad was the
But
original.
if you
Iron Chef
notice,
guy.
a lot of the times, even like in non-comedy type, recordings, the Japanese person is supposed to be like really like eccentric and stuff. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But to be fair, Japan does that to Western actors.
What do you mean, like?
So with American actors and stuff, they're always they sound so cringy and like stupid. They're told to do that. So
do you remember from the Batsu game? I think it was like an early one from like 2000. Was like the guy, this Japanese actor, pretends to be Robert De Niro.
Oh, yes.
But the entire time, he's just making like a really like constipated face the entire time. Or like the gesture is like Robert De Niro. What was it like surprising a baby? And he's like,
デニーロさん。デニーロさん。こんばんは。赤ちゃんをあやすデニーロ。玉田、田中、アウト。ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って。
I'll clip that, don't worry.
Yes, that shit's awesome. But yes, you are right. It is Birukona desu.
So what do we drink in terms of beer?
Right. Well, we earlier we had a yuzu lager. That was amazing, but we drank it with our dinner because we didn't want to wait. Today, though, we had beer because Jan wanted to do something a little different. I was like, yeah, sure.
Well, actually, originally I just wanted to drink beer.
Well, originally
several different types of beer.
We went for whiskey.
Several
and then
different
we
types
decided
of beer.
to get beer, and that's when you decided.
Well, because we normally do whiskey, but I'm just saying I kind of wanted to do one where it's like, oh, let's try a different type of beer.
Yes. Anyways, he and I have two different types of Einstock.
Is that how you pronounce it?
I would imagine so.
Okay.
It's an Icelandic beer. It's becoming more popular, but
so I guess they're getting on the beer scene now.
Oh yeah. I am having the Wee Heavy, which is kind of like a stout. And Jan, you're having what?
I am drinking the Arctic Pale Ale.
Arctic Pale Ale. Both are very tasty.
Now what's this thing on the bottom here? Do you see like the two axes? Can you read that? That's a mouthful.
Yeah, it's also in a different language, Jan.
Well, try reading it. What the hell does that say?
Das Runda. Surf from Ledor. Curry, Iceland.
Bottled in Michigan. I'm kidding. No, I got the same thing.
But yeah.
Surf from later.
Kanpai?
Oh yeah. How would the Vikings say it? Skål!
Skål! Oh, skål!
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 Can't do it. I can't do Genpai with this.
Very nice, very tasty.
Highly recommended.
Yeah, the Wee Heavy is a little more on the bitter side. However, it has a bit of a creaminess and it's a little sweet. Mm-hmm. So I like that. Now, it's also time for whiskey time. It's whiskey time.
Oh, go
However, we bought a bottle.
Oh,
it is, let's see, this is called Yame 8 Goddesses. I had a moment with a coworker of mine earlier today. It was kind of funny. But anyways.
Oh, no. What the fuck happened, huh?
It's been slow at the lab.
Okay.
And everybody kind of messes around sometimes. It's either that or you lose yourself in a trance on the computer just to kill time. But no, it was just something like we both came back from the banyo. We didn't know each other were in there, and he was behind me as I walked into the to where we gown up, and I turned around, I'm like, oh crap, get out of my way, like kind of spooked me a little bit, and then he pushes me into the corner, and he like does that thing where like, you know, the guy puts his hand up like that or whatever,
kind of rapey.
yeah, and he's like, I forget what he said, but he wasn't trying to do a rapey thing, and I just go, Yamete, crap, something senpai or whatever. And I said it kind of loud so the rest of the lab could hear me. And he just started cracking.
So if anything, you're a weeb.
No,
weeb.
We're just stupid.
Yep.
Anyways, yeah, so again, not important. Anyways, Yame, 8 goddesses, whiskey, aged for 10 years. Has a gorgeous color. However, what was this, like $62, $63?
Yeah.
Yeah, so not outrageous, but
definitely on the pricier side of what we.
No.
Well, I'm not
around.
saying on the pricier side, but a little bit more expensive than what I actually can see on the actual shelves that I know are good.
Oh well, yeah. Well, this is part of trying new things.
Yes.
Sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's a miss. With Japanese whiskey,
Hit or
it's
miss.
most of the time.
I guess they never miss, huh?
Hit or miss, I guess they never miss, huh? You got a boyfriend, I bet he doesn't kiss ya. He gon' find another girl and he won't miss ya. He gon' skirt then hit the dab like Wiz Khalifa.
It's a dead meme, but I liked some of them.
Of course you did. I know you would.
Anyways,
Anyways, before we get to that, did you ever?
you son of a bitch. No, it's whiskey time. No, it's whiskey. Shut your freaking horn mouth.
The video of the guy watching 10 hours straight of that in a loop.
Why would I do that? Why would I spend time to do that, Jan?
No, I didn't watch
Right.
the whole thing. No, it was...
You watch it at all.
No, they cut parts of it like between like certain hours, and you can just see the guy just driving, going to Madness.
Hey, kudos to him, though.
Hey, it was on my YouTube recommended.
Yes, of course it would be. Anyways, I don't even care anymore. It has a weird smell. It could be bad. But we're about to find out.
I'm not excited for this one, I'll be honest.
Whatever, we also have chasers, so.
Alright.
School /
Genpai.
Not Genpai. It's not a gimp. Genpai.
Genpai. That's why I like to say it, because it's like, you know, Genpai.
Weird. Not smooth. It's also not like the harshest thing ever, but
I'm not a fan.
hold on, shut your mouth. Stop smelling it.
That's part of the whiskey appeal. It's a nice aroming smell. This is not. Fuck, man.
That has a really weird flavor.
I'm
not against it. Here's the thing. It is by far better than the Lowe's and Home Depot wood section whiskey, okay?
I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of this.
No?
Yeah, I need this. Fuck.
It's also by far not my favorite.
Okay.
But
don't pour me another glass. I don't want to drink any more of this.
don't tell me what to do.
I'm not going to drink it. Oh, I know I got to finish this one. But...
Well, no, you get one more the same amount. Because I was very gentle with it just so we could smell it earlier. To at least have a full serving.
Moment of silence for my taste buds.
It is weird. I don't really know how to describe
Dude,
the weird flavor that I'm tasting.
Dude, this is not good.
You're being a little gay. Knock it off. You're moving to Texas. You're gonna be a man. Might as well start now.
I appreciate finer whiskeys. Okay,
I do too.
Me,
but you're over there.
Maybe I'll take a second sip and see.
This is weird. Not gonna lie. I don't know if I would recommend this to anybody.
Dude, it's rubbing alcohol. That's what it tastes like to me.
It's liquor.
But this is like really strong. Almost tasty.
Definitely would not recommend breathing when you drink this. Because any whiff of the smell kind of like makes it worse.
Well, taste and smell go hand in hand, so. Oh, dude, this fucking sucks.
Maybe on rocks. Yeah, I would not purchase ever again.
No, I'm done.
Whiskey time
Was
today was ruined.
You know, partially I also think it's because we're drinking like really good beer, and we're kind of spoiled with the taste now.
Also, too, it's bitter beer, so sometimes the contrast between bitter and something sweet. Because I know that this is sweet, but it's not coming across.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it sit for a while before I take another one.
No, you're gonna finish that.
No, I'm gonna let my taste buds clear before I drink another one.
Don't yell at me.
Shut the fuck up. God. Just pauses of us like, I don't know what this is.
Yeah, this is a weird one. I think even with the
The rocks can't save it. The rock can't save it.
it has in the past. I forget which one it was.
Because it gets to the point where it's diluted, then we can't really taste the
Right,
shittiness.
well, the thing is that some whiskeys are made to be diluted.
Now, would you consider this to be one that needs to be diluted?
I don't know. I haven't had it diluted yet.
And I don't want to have it diluted after this. Ugh.
This man is about to have a family. I don't think he's ready to be a dad.
Wow, I'm not drinking alcohol. I'm not ready to be a dad. If anything, it just doesn't sound like I'd be one of those alcoholic fathers.
I didn't say because you're not drinking alcohol, because obviously you are.
Yeah.
I'm saying the way you drink it.
Well, I don't know. I can
A
normally,
father should be a stout man.
I can normally handle whiskey, but it's the smell, dude. I'm telling you.
I know.
The smell.
Stop smelling it.
I can't help it.
Holy crap.
I smell everything before I try it. It's just my
This
habit.
whiskey corner has been hijacked by Jan's soy boy nature.
Yeah. No, it's been hijacked by shitty whiskey. That's what that
Okay.
is. You can't deny that.
I can't deny that this is not great.
It's not
It's
good.
still, again, I still hold fast to my opinion that it is better than that stinking wood one, or just straight liquid wood.
No, that one sucked also. And that one also, you can even see the wood blend in there. Like, okay.
Could you on that one?
Yeah. There was like two. Oh, it almost looked like was like brackish water in there.
Brackish?
Brackish. It's brackish.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, you know what brackish is?
Apparently not.
It's
I
when
thought-
like salt and freshwater mix, and you get that weird like those two
Oh.
layers.
Brackish, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
That's why I said it's kind of brackish, because it looked like there's two different like solutes in there.
Well, because sometimes you say words funny.
Brackish. Oh, you're saying like blackish?
Yeah.
Nah, that's a shitty ass show. My fucking
Oh my word. Anyways, all right. So while you're
still dying. over
muscling through that, topics.
here. Topic. What happened to the whole natural? Let's jump into it.
I know. I'm
Like,
so tired.
Fucking terrible.
My brain, bro. So I know that. Well, I don't know. Do you want to talk about buying stuff? I feel like that's all we talk
That's
about.
all we
now.
talk about. That's true. Well, I did show you that one video with was it Hillsong? I guess we were talking about.
Ah,
trying to do
yes. Okay.
that. So
Go ahead.
I just showed Matt this video of I believe the song's called Peace, but you know it's. Well, I don't know how widespread do you think Hillsong is? It's pretty much in every like.
Well, just go into what Hillsong is first.
Well, it's just a mega church. So it's like worldwide.
Okay. Well, whoever's listening may not know that.
Well, know that.
No. No. It's the brackish coming in.
No, but you know, I guess from your kind of upbringing and my upbringing, you know, obviously we're exposed to it at some point, being the conglomerate it is. It's almost like the Disneyland of Christian land. It's kind of funny. Yeah. So essentially, it's a mega church. They produce a lot of music, and you know, a lot of this music's copyrighted. So a lot of these smaller churches like to play music from them because it's very ear friendly, as I call it. But you know, I guess recently they've been kind of trying to reach out to a younger audience. So essentially, the music video that I showed was like very symbolic of like women in gowns and like red symbology.
How many of them were there?
I was like 5, one in a red, like I don't even know what that's called. It's not a gown. It's like a.
It's like a
veil.
really, really long veil that
Yeah,
like blended into their dress or something.
Yeah, but then towards the end, there was like it looked like blood was being sprayed around.
Yeah, it was a bit weird.
The song was called Peace. It's produced by Hillsong. But I don't know, man. What do you think about that? It's very bizarre. Hillsong.
As you mentioned,
we can also get to that too. My experience with Hillsong. I don't know if
Yeah.
you've experienced Hillsong like I have.
no, because I don't think I've actually been there.
I get dragged onto a bunch of weird churches, man.
So the first thing to kind of note is that Hillsong is, from your experiences, which you can dive into later, is one of those churches that claims to be Christian, and all it takes is like one or two times to go to a service, and you'll know that they're not. It's very popular these days for people to label themselves as a certain religious type, when in reality they practice absolutely nothing that their religion tells them to practice, but they'll still call themselves a Christian or a Catholic or Buddhist or whatever, just because their parents were or something. Yeah. So, some people might be like, well, they say they're Christian, so they're Christian. No, a Christian is somebody who actually does what they believe they're supposed to do. These guys, not so much. So anyways, the only thing that I know about Hillsong, other than what you've told me about, from your own experience.
Well, I just assume you'd probably be exposed. Well, maybe because your church is very kind of, was it Grace, correct?
Yeah, not crazy.
That's true. Well, I did meet Zebra Pants at your church. That guy was kind of crazy.
Oh, the Asian guy?
Zebra Pants. You dragged me
Asian,
there.
right?
Yeah, remember I got dragged into that thing? Well, actually,
yeah. He's just one of those ones who's too enthusiastic
about it, right?
Yeah, it works for some people. For me and like you, apparently, it's just like, leave me alone, go away, shut up. Who was that?
Well, I feel like
Zebra Pants.
Dude, that's frightening. I literally got goosebumps. I literally got goosebumps when you mentioned that. No, I mean, like, I guess I can kind of get his deal, but like, he was like egging me on, like, are you sure you're saved? You want a cookie? Like, he did offer me cookies. It was kind of funny. Like, I was like, dude, like, you're being really obnoxious right now. Like, what do I have to tell? What do I have to say for you to get the fuck out of my face? Which is terrible on my end as well.
Yes.
Anyways, back to your story.
No story. Just basically from what I've heard about Hillsong, is they're a big church that's gaining popularity, and they are especially big in, what is it, Hollywood or whatever, near Hollywood.
Well, they're in Hollywood. They're in Australia. They're all.
Well, I know that, but
UK.
I'm saying here in LA.
The appeal for the one in LA, which is my experience, what I'm going to get into later, is I guess their biggest deal for forget a normie to get in there, like normie I guess, is Justin Bieber is a avid attendee of our church. So is was it Jay-Z, if I remember.
Yeah.
I don't know about Kanye. Kanye West just kind of started his own church, so he's kind of in somewhere else right now.
Kanye West is his church.
That's true. And a gay fish.
Yes.
Yeah, so you were saying?
But yeah, a lot of those churches down there in and around Hollywood are very much a part of the pop culture.
I mean, Hollywood is Satan, man. Come on.
Basically. Now, the video that you showed me has a lot of imagery that I do feel is a bit... Sorry. I was just watching Jan die, finishing the rest of the whiskey. The imagery is a bit peculiar for what is supposed to be Christian. Now, I will say this. I would have to dig into it a little bit more before I could confidently say whether or not it's sketchy, because no matter what group you're a part of, you're always going to have the artistic group, or handful of people.
Autistic? Yes.
Artistic, one of the same. And basically, when it comes to art especially contemporary art,
Contemporary.
you can have people who take certain inspiration from something else that they've seen, and they try to replicate something similar. So it's not impossible that it is completely free of anything nefarious, but also absent-minded of any idea of what those images portray.
See, that's your take from that video.
Well, that's a take.
A take.
The other take is
my experience with them.
right, which goes into
kind of in a
yeah.
yeah. So in my case, obviously,
Well, actually, let me say what the other
Go for
possible
it.
case was. The other case, or possible case, is because they're in Hollywood and because they practice certain things, and preach the way that they do. I wouldn't be surprised if it was indeed following the footsteps of most Hollywood things, which is a ton of either secret society and or just straight up demonic symbolism. So this goes into your experience now.
Well, I wouldn't. Demonic part, maybe not.
Right.
I wouldn't really say.
But it's
very,
the Hollywood
it's very
culture
worldly.
that causes it to
Be like
kind of
that.
connect the dots.
Which also connects to another dot we'll get to from your case. But essentially, it's like, yeah, you're a church that wants to preach kind of. God, I feel like we're just bagging on religion at this point.
No, we're bagging on stupid idiots.
Oh, no, you're right. We're bagging on corporate religion is what I like to call it.
Yes.
Yeah, so I guess from what I've told you from my experience, the reason why I feel like that was kind of odd symbolism for me is I've actually gone to the LA sect of Hillsong, which already is kind of like, okay, I was expecting a church at least, but pretty much essentially what they do every weekend is they rent out what's this? The Mayan Theater.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember. Have you ever been to the Mayan Theater?
I believe I had when I was younger.
I think we went to a concert there. I just can't remember what concert it was.
You remember what year that was?
It's a while back. But it's kind of funny though, because I just can't remember the band that we went to go watch. But when we did go there, it's funny because the same setting that they would have the sermons and the service and all that stuff.
Oh.
I recall someone like blackout vomiting over there during the show, which is kind of interesting. But anyways, every weekend they rent out that area. They want to entice more people to come. And, essentially every weekend it is, almost like a concert. Because that line wraps around, like, how many blocks of, like, downtown LA just to get in.
Yeah.
And it's free, which is, that's another appeal of it. It's free.
Well, church is supposed to be free.
Well, I would assume that church not really. Because they do go off of donations. But it's interesting how they do their tithing.
All churches do.
Venmo me.
The only church that is, like, pretty much pay to worship essentially is like Scientology.
That's kind of cool. Just kidding. Hey, but you know what? There's nothing in the Bible that says anything about tithing. I'll be honest.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
How?
No, it doesn't say anything about tithing.
Yes, it does.
I don't believe in tithing. That's just my thing.
You're a freaking Jew. That's why.
I'll donate if I believe in the actual.
There's that whole story
What?
of that woman who only gives what was essentially a penny to the tithing, and then you had the Pharisee who showed up and like gave a bunch, but like he made a big scene about it, and then
So you're assuming I'm one of those YouTubers that like, here's a sandwich, homeless guy. Well, make sure you get a video of it.
no, because you wouldn't even give a sandwich.
Yeah,
to
see,
a
'cause
homeless
I'm
guy
just
with or
terrible.
without the video. No, my point
You've
is,
seen how I react to homeless people.
yeah.
Like as soon as they start walking,
I've gotten to that point too now after multiple.
it's fucking LA, dude.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, but anyways, no. My point was that you said that it doesn't mention tithing in the Bible, and it does on multiple areas. So I was using that as an example.
Okay, what? Oh, that?
I was just using it as an example that it does exist in the Bible.
Okay.
Anyways, continue.
You're not wrong.
I know I'm not wrong. Go to your experience now.
Still not doing it though. Anyways, my experience there. So, go in there after waiting in line for like how many? Well, it wasn't really that long. Actually, about an hour. I guess it's not that terrible, but you go in there, and it's the weirdest thing because there's not a single time that they really. See, you're doing the same shit, dude.
It was a large mouthful.
It's not good whiskey. Anyways, I go in there, and it's like there's really no sermons the entire time. I feel like they call the live praise and worship team. They call it.
Yeah.
They're playing the entire time, and then there'll be like a small verse in between the song, like maybe like a good 2 minutes, and then back to like the whole jumping and light strobes and all that stuff.
Basically a concert.
Yeah, basically a concert. I'm just like, oh, this is very interesting. And then kind of what you mentioned to me before, it's like the setting is like we're welcoming of like every type of person, which I'm like, hold on there. Which kind of makes me look like an asshole for being that guy with the finger.
Yeah.
But I feel like sometimes it promotes like these mental diseases that people have. It shouldn't be promoted like that.
Mental diseases or simply
mental
purposeful
illnesses.
Decisions.
I would say there's a little bit of both.
A lot of, well, I don't want to break off too much, but I will just say this. A lot of what is considered to be a mental disease or mental illness these days is not. No, it's just, it's bad behavior or the lack of self-control. That's like 80% of the time, if not more, that's what it is.
It's funny that you mentioned that. I feel like a lot of like Californians here, or supposed Californians, but they're obviously from a different state.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the guys that I've talked to who are like, super homo or super penis in the asshole.
Yes.
Like that. Like if you're gonna be super obnoxious about it, then I'm gonna call you out for it. Like they're from like states like Boston. Mm-hmm. Sorry, not Boston. Boston's a city. Massachusetts, Connecticut. Like very conservative states where I'm pretty sure you act like that over there, they're gonna beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Hey, stop being a faggot. Just beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
And I feel like Californian being as liberal and free as they call it is a big appeal for a lot of these people to show up here. Hence the reason why the majority of our population are batshit Antifa weirdos.
Yeah.
Protect gay, black, transgender right, helicopter, Apache pilots, LG. Too many fucking pronouns, man.
I saw this thing. It's like breakaway again. Apparently, there's this thing trending now, which is this new category of sexuality.
No, what's another one?
Called super straight.
It's kind of cool.
Basically,
wait, is this a joke? Like just
from what I'm seeing, it's a legitimate thing that's happening. It's being memeified, but it's a legitimate thing that's happening.
What is super straight?
Super straight is simply somebody who is straight who's only attracted to actual biological women. That's it.
That's just straight.
No.
That's just normal.
No, because apparently, according to all these faggots out there, if you are a male and you are not attracted to a trans quote-unquote female, then you're not straight.
Would a trans quote-unquote female be technically a male?
That's what a trans female is.
I don't even know the definition.
Yeah, trans female is a faggot who
I
decides I want to be a woman.
Okay, I'm mixing that with hermaphrodites. Sorry.
Yes, hermaphrodites are the only people who get a pass in anything. Because hermaphrodites are legitimately born. Now, mind you, the vast majority of the time, number one, hermaphrodites are extremely rare. Number two, the majority of that rare category are born with only a piece of another genital or the breastises or whatever. Mm-hmm. And usually everything else is predominantly the other gender. So you can kind of get a gist of what you are and snip off that other thing. Mm-hmm. Even more rare are the times where they have both full on and functioning. Mm-hmm. And like I said, those are the only people who get a pass because they were legitimately born that way. They had no choice in the matter. Mm-hmm. Anybody else is a fag and a dumbass. That's it. Every child at some point, okay, has a sudden desire to get involved with something weird, whether it be a boy who wants dolls or a girl who wants to, roughhouse boys or whatever. The issue is what is being taught to them and what is being allowed to them. So I'll throw myself under the bus. Apparently, I found out, not terribly recent, but pretty recently, I wanted a Cabbage Patch doll when I was like I think I was like 4 or 5 or something like that. And my mom was super for it. She thought it was adorable. And when she told my dad, he was like, hell no.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom was like, no, but it would be sweet. It's like, that's gay, Sandy. That's my mom's name. And yeah. And so because of that, they agreed together after some conversation that, no, that's a dumb idea. Let's get him something else that's more boyish.
G.I. Joe.
Yeah, even though my generation, we
didn't have G.I. Joes.
We did. They just didn't have the cool
G.I.
features
Joes
and stuff. Yeah.
Yes. What the hell did we have? Now I think about it.
Bionicles.
Oh god, I fucking hated Bionicles.
I actually had an interest in it for a quick moment.
Favorite action figure? Good quick segue.
Favorite action
Childhood
figure?
action figure.
Dude, that's hard, man.
I remember mine vividly. I actually want another one. I should go find
I've
one
had so
now.
many though.
Like you always had that one action figure that you took with you everywhere.
The one
That's the one.
I know. I've had several, but
God, you whore.
the one that I can recall with the fondest memories and clear as day because I still own the damn thing is the Jedi Starfighter that comes with Obi-Wan Kenobi, and you can put him in there, and it has the light speed form where it's like, you know, what it looks like in the movie. It's all like a triangle basically, and then you push this cool little button on the bottom, and they're like spring powered. They get shot out like 2 sides, and then it reveals the guns and the missile launcher and everything.
It's funny because his fucking ship went down like a bitch.
Don't talk about that. That one I remember again, but I do think that that's just because I still have it. But I've had a Batman that was like the Batmobile from Batman and Robin, the cartoon series. I had that for
with the long ass nose.
Yeah, I thought that thing looked sweet.
That was classic, yeah.
What about yours?
You're gonna laugh at this one. You would think it'd be like Boba Fett or something, but no.
I wouldn't.
It was the Mighty Ducks guy.
Really?
The goalie. Do you remember? Do you remember the cartoon Mighty Ducks?
Of course.
With
I was having a nostalgia day like
the
2
badass
weeks ago.
armor. I actually had kind of 2. I guess I'll mention 2. One was the goalie had the sick ass mask and like he had the freaking blaster.
Yeah.
It was that one, the Mighty Ducks goalie.
Cool.
And the other one was the Tiger Shark from Street Sharks.
Okay, that one's cool. You're a piece of shit for that one. I don't want to do this podcast anymore.
Why?
I always wanted a Street Shark one. I never got it.
Why?
I don't know. Well, number one being a poor Mexican, probably.
Oh yeah, they were pretty. For action figures, they're like fucking expensive.
Yeah. But no, that's cool. The Mighty Ducks. I'm surprised that.
Okay, if I show you the figure, you're gonna understand why.
I don't think so.
Okay, dude, he had the armor.
I'm aware.
But the thing is, that had a function on his back. I can load hockey pucks into both of his blasters and shoot him out of his things.
Listen, I'm not saying it's not cool to any degree. I'm just saying...
Fuck off.
They're hockey ducks, basically, okay?
Yeah, I know.
I would have respected you more if you said you had a Darkwing Duck action figure.
What the fuck is the difference?
Darkwing Duck is Darkwing Duck, bro.
Darkwing Duck is a knockoff of Batman. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. At least he's a knockoff of something cool.
Jesus.
Freaking... The Mighty Ducks is just a lame hockey team.
I mean, dude, a lot of the 90s were a lot of lame, sticks on stuff.
I agree.
I mean, come on. It's like the Super Duper Sumos. You remember that one? You probably don't. Literally,
show?
They're literally a Power Rangers team, but they're all sumo wrestlers. Like, that's how...
No, I don't remember that.
It's the 90s, man. It's some really weird... Fighting Foodons. I guess I watched all the weird shows.
No, I remember that one ever so slightly.
Yeah.
You had cable. I didn't. So
Metabots, that was kind of cool.
Metabots.
I remember Metabots. Anyways.
Also, Transformer Beast Wars.
Oh, yeah.
That was sweet.
Damn, that was a classic. Wow, we got really off topic.
We did. Sorry. It's going to be a mess today.
Yeah,
just throwing
clearly.
that out there.
Clearly. Damn. That was very wholesome. I don't know if I want to keep shitting on religions.
Well, basically, we could wrap up the whole thing with Hellsong or Hillsong.
Hellsong.
Sorry.
Wait, did I finish my thing?
No, I don't think you did.
Oh, no. We didn't even get to your
did.
part of it. Oh, no. I ended with, we were in the whole setting. Yeah. So, anyways, the weird part about all that is, I guess they wanted like a youth meet type thing, but then it was like on a rooftop of like a hotel, but then there was like alcohol involved, which was already kind of weird for me. I don't know. The whole thing is just a weird experience because I feel like it was kind of a culture shock to me because there's just two worlds of Christianity I realize are out there. Obviously, one of the world. No, pour me another one. I'm not drinking it. One of this earth, or kind of a worldly view on it, and the other one is kind of what I grew up with. I suppose is a more conservative way of Christianity. I'm not drinking it. I'm throwing it out. I'm really throwing it out. See, I can't even come to thought because I know I'm not gonna drink that. God.
Just keep talking. You're fine. We'll get through this.
Anyways, because I remember like they would talk about like these weird prophet type people that kind of show up and start like dictating your future post.
Oh.
I don't know if you've ever experienced that.
I have not experienced it, but I've seen it happen.
Yeah,
to other people.
I've seen it. I've actually experienced it going to these weird places. It's very bizarre because it's almost like there's something else going on there. Like it's like fortune telling essentially.
Yeah.
Which is demonio.
Oh, very much demonio.
Yeah, it's and then I don't know if you've ever seen like obviously the fucking meme, you know, demon in the private box.
A demon came with his penis and put it in my mouth. And then he came again and he slept with me last week, and I told the pastor that I need deliverance again, and since then my private part has been itching.
It's been itching?
Yes.
Get demon. Look that demon. Look, oral sex demon. You see oral sex? Look, oral sex. Look. You oral sex. Use oral sex. Let that sperm of that man out. Out, you demon. Out. Demon in the private part. Watch what happens. Fire. Come out from the private. Come out from the private. Come out from the private. Come out. Out. From the private. Go.
Ow, demon! You know how he's like trying to like.
You don't know if I've seen them. I'm offended.
No, I said if you remember seeing them.
No. If you've ever.
Oh, I guess that specific one we've seen, but I'm talking about like other
Also,
cases of that.
Q metal version.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that one too, obviously. But like you know, situations like that, people kind of acting all possessed and being, was it like filled with the so-called Holy Spirit?
Yeah.
Like, and I've seen people kind of just like kind of roll and turn over on the floor with like their eyes rolling back. I'm like, that is freaky. Mm-hmm. What is this? What culture is this?
The vast majority of the time, they are paid actors.
That's potential, yes.
Yeah.
But I like to believe that there's something else going on there at the time.
That's not impossible. So anyways, nostalgia. No. There's really no point to this whole topic except for maybe
shitting on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just be aware. Again, you are not any more a part of no, how do I word that? You are not a Christian just because you go to church. That's like saying you work at McDonald's because you go there and you bought a burger. That doesn't make you a part of it.
That's the old stocks.
Well, the whole stocks, that's different. But, you know, that's just the whole thing. A lot of people, and it doesn't have to do just with Christianity. It can be with anything, really. Like, for instance, I've spoken with Muslims, or at least proclaiming Muslims, who don't believe in going out and murdering the infidel. And they
is that essentially what the Quran is telling
That is exactly what the Quran is about. Also, a ton of other things that I won't necessarily get into right now. Historically, people used to say, oh, well, you know, it was written during a time where they were oppressed and, you know, they were talking about defending themselves. No, because then actual historians came out and were like, no, actually, when this was written, they were in a time of peace, and we're in a time of peace for a long time.
Is that the excuse for killing infidels?
Well, it's in the Quran, so yes.
It was written in a time of peace.
It was written in a time of peace. So the whole excuse that people usually use, which is, no, they don't actually believe that. They were just defending themselves.
See, that's another issue I have. It's like, why are we defending this so much, but yet we're shitting on the other one so much? You know what
Because everything's an agenda, my guy. Everything is an agenda.
I don't even know why I asked that question. I already knew the answer. Everything is a false flag.
Yeah. So basically, again, my point was, you are not part of a religion just because you go to that establishment or...
See, I feel like I said, I feel like a lot of the people that go there are just like, they're kind of just looking to belong to something.
Of course. No, people like to feel good. That's why a lot of religions exist.
Yeah.
Because...
I mean, that's why I would claim that the modern, at least Christian church, or the, I guess, worldly Christian church as I call it, is they kind of practice something that's almost
going Sean
Sean Connery. Almost like, I don't know if you heard of the law of attraction.
Yeah.
Which is almost like, it's almost like a satanic doctrine in a sense.
If you will it into, basically you can will it into
things
existence.
into existence.
Yeah.
Which is
if
like,
you want it enough.
It's like, this religion isn't really based on anything like, it's almost genie-like. You're wishing upon a star.
That's exactly.
Hopefully this happens.
That's a lot of people treat this kind of stuff.
I mean, that's the reason. That's the biggest gripe I have against that guy, fucking Joel Osteen, is that his name? Pretty much that's what
Sounds familiar.
He's that weird smiley guy, the big mega church.
No, wait, the
guy with the curly hair.
COVID-19. Call upon.
That's Kenneth Copeland. That's the other guy.
Oh, okay.
That guy's pretty hilarious.
Oh,
as well.
Does he have like black hair?
Yeah, skinny looking dude. Yeah. He's smiling all the time.
No, Joel Osteen's a hot box of shit too.
Yeah, because like I said, he's pretty much just practicing the law of attraction, which is like, if you will it, God will give it to you.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
When in reality, if you know anything about the Bible, it's actually the opposite. It's basically, if you are a proclaiming Christian and you're living a life super carefree without any issues, you're more than likely not a Christian. Because the whole thing about being a believer is suffering. That's one of the major things that differentiates Christianity from other religions. Other religions are about, hey, do this thing and everything will be good for you. Now, the only other one that is more so about suffering that has been around for a while is Buddhism. Because they are also about like denying yourself.
Or getting to that state of nirvana.
Yeah. So that one would be the only other one that actually has similar...
Which I'm kind of down for, in a weird sense.
Yeah, no. The reality is you can take bits and pieces from a lot of different religions because...
Blasphemy!
They all revolve around no does, right? Don't murder people. Okay, cool. Who's the outlier? Muslims. Okay, so Muslims are cool with murdering people who aren't Muslim. All right, so obviously, get out of here. But, everybody can agree, yeah, don't murder people out of cold blood. What's another one? Don't rape. Cool. We don't do that. And everybody kind of agrees with certain things universally, no matter what country you're in. So you can always take bits and pieces. But I forgot where I was going with that. But, it's just, it's annoying. I don't know.
This episode sucks. Yeah, we're pretty much everywhere at this one. But no, I get you. But I don't know. Maybe we should just detach ourselves from this topic.
What about Operation Lone Star?
Oh, you're talking about that now?
I don't know. I'm asking if you want to talk about it.
Yeah, we can real quick.
All right.
I mean, go Texas.
Go Texas.
I mean, it's interesting because it's like, is any other state actually participating in that? Or
Not
is
that
it
I'm
just
aware
Texas
of.
Alone?
Texas is the big one because they take up a lot of the southern border.
It's just so weird that like certain states are like going to a different country.
Oh, maybe we should.
Maybe
you should tell them what's happening.
Oh, Operation Lone Star?
Yeah.
Well, essentially, the Governor Abbott just said, hey, Biden, if you're going to let all these illegal immigrants in, supposedly with COVID-19, I'm going to take it under my own hand to call the National Guard and stop them from getting into my state. which is kind of like opposed to what Mr. Biden or Salute the Marine said is this is Neanderthal thing ever since they took out the mask mandate. With Mississippi and I believe Arizona and New Mexico following. It's like, well, yeah, like obviously our numbers are coming down, so the mask doesn't really need anymore. But he didn't say, we're completely getting rid of the mask. If you want to wear a mask, if you feel safer wearing a mask, by all means, wear a mask.
Yeah. It's not like he made it a mandate not to wear a mask.
Like, I don't know why people are like...
And he did follow up, and he even clarified, too.
Yeah.
It is the people's responsibility to be responsible and take proper precautions when need be. That's completely fine.
I mean, if anything,
States are supposed to allow their citizens more freedom.
That's
not restricted.
That's the whole point of the state.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So whatever, him doing that is completely, should be a non-issue. But apparently he's a Neanderthal, which is also kind of funny because he says that's Neanderthal thinking when there are still Neanderthals that are living now. So that's pretty offensive there, Mr. Biden.
Are they?
Yeah, they're still around.
Maybe by blood, but unless they act like Neanderthals.
I've been not showing you that picture.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do look like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of disgusting. But it's essentially what that is. And just to sum it up, I think is pretty dope. Kind of a good time. I mean, everyone was telling me like, wow, you're going at a really bad time. It's like they had the weather problem, like the state's falling apart because the power is out. There's not enough water or heating.
Yeah.
Which is funny because that's pretty much what the news was saying. And I'm pretty sure some of it was true, but maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just the area that I'm going to. But I asked a person over the video call of the the place I was gonna rent.
Yeah.
Hey, how bad is it? And he said, yeah, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cold, and we had.
It was the news made it seem way worse than it was. The other thing too is Texas is a very large state, so that weather's not going to cover the entire state.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
And even in the worst places that hit, it wasn't like everybody was snowed in. It's just the roads and the people and everything, the infrastructure. They don't ever deal with that.
Yeah.
So they weren't prepared for it. So the very little bit that did happen caused a lot of damage and a lot of issues.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like it was the end of the world in Texas. It was... I
mean, they were trying to play it out like it was.
Yeah, of course. Well, that's how the news makes their money.
That's true.
Fear.
It's funny because, I don't know if it's true or not, but I did catch an Alex Jones episode where he's ranting about the federal government is trying to take down Texas because Texas is trying to secede. So they're trying to hit it with weather weapons. Which, who knows?
Who knows? My personal take on that is like...
It's a possibility. I mean, crazier things have been proven to be true, which is kind of crazy.
You have a lot of people who think that the ability to manipulate weather is like just conspiracy theory, science fiction.
It's real.
But it's like, and one of the things that I always point out to people, and none of them ever know this, if they were fake, and everyone's crazy who believes in weather manipulation, if that were true, then it wouldn't be in the freaking Geneva Convention as far as banned weapons. You can look it up. It's there. Any weapon that manipulates weather or climate, I forgot how it's worded, they're banned. Why would you ban something that doesn't exist? And also during the time that the Geneva Convention was written, which was like a long time ago, it's obviously because they had weapons that could do that back then.
I mean,
it doesn't take a genius to figure it out.
I mean, even then, like, everyone wants to think that like a weather weapon is this intricate device, but if you think about it, like, the weather is essentially just a natural chemical reaction, something we can replicate in a smaller lab.
Exactly.
You just do it on a larger scale, and I'm pretty sure you can change the humidity of, like, the actual atmosphere itself.
You got all these environmentalists running around freaking about, climate change and everything because of all the chemicals going up into the air and stuff. But then at the same time, there's the same people who say that weapons that manipulate weather don't exist. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I feel like do you believe in the greenhouse gases and global warming?
to a degree. I do not believe in global warming. I do believe in global climate change because, duh.
That's just natural.
That's natural.
I mean,
and
weather can change. It's based on the rotation of the Earth's axis. I mean, come on.
Exactly. And the I forgot their names, but the guys that go up to the polar caps and they drill out the ice cores, that has for the longest time, even before all this global warming stuff came up, when I used to be a bookworm, that was considered to be the most reliable way of telling what the weather was, long time ago, because you can actually see the layers and make judgments. And those guys have come out and said, no, this is a normal occurrence. It's happened before, and it's happened way worse before. And so that's that. I do feel like this climate change thing is kind of not a big deal. However, I do believe that humans can alter the ecosystem. It happened during the industrial age. People dumping, their stinking, the factory sewage and waste and everything into like rivers and ravines and the ocean. It messes stuff up. And if you kill off a certain species of animal that was, let's say, a predator in the area, then all of a sudden you have a huge influx of all the little things that the predator used to hunt, and that starts to mess with the ecosystem. That is true.
Just like I don't know, one recollection of like back in history is like when Mao or the Maoist communists, it was like propaganda to go kill these certain sparrows. I don't know if you've heard about this. Yeah. And they killed so many of these sparrows as it was kind of like a game for like the Communist Party kids. Fucking just engulfed with locusts that just ate up all their crops and caused a fucking famine.
Yep.
So that shit happens.
Exactly, and it does. And humanity can expedite that, absolutely, but just because that happens does not mean it's the end of the world. For crying out loud, how many thousands of species have gone extinct over the case of, I don't know how many years, but many, many years. And how many times has the world ended? None. Should humanity be a good steward with the world? Sure. But does that mean being an absolute queer about it? No. We will not destroy this earth. We may mess it up, but we will not destroy it. Mm-hmm. And the whole thing, again, it's a bunch of fear mongering. They're like, oh my gosh, we don't have time. It's gonna end, what was it at first? Like in the next 1,000 years. And then it was like in the next 100 years. And then it was like, oh man, we're not even gonna get to the next 10 years. It's like, okay, that's fine. So I mean,
they're trying to push this carbon tax thing as well.
Yeah. It's a way to take control. It's a way to make money. And I mean, I'm not about it.
I guess we should stop there. I think we're fucking tired already.
Why? Where are we at?
Yeah, we're about an hour.
About an hour.
Yep.
All right. Well,
this one sucked.
I've wanted this to be as consistent as possible. But life happens. It's not like we're getting paid from this or anything, so it's difficult to make this priority.
Oh yeah, it's almost like a venting.
Yeah, it is, and
really
that's really the main reason why we even started this. Now, when it comes to the visuals, I want to get better at it. I want to kind of follow that certain vision, but there's really no incentive other than boredom and curiosity.
I think we started this at a time where we had a lot of free time.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially with
and then that quickly changed.
Especially with everyone kind of being locked down.
Yeah.
This is pretty much the only thing we did.
Yeah.
Like, dude, life's changed. I feel like we're at a point where, they just rolled out the cure for the COVID. Biden's in office.
Not the cure, the vaccine.
The vaccine, which is Biden himself.
Oh.
Life is going back to normal. From what I believe, at least where I'm going to, it seems like it's going back to normal.
Yeah.
Life changes, man. Like I I'm getting hitched. I gotta go work. This guy's got stuff
Gotta
to
be
do.
a little bitch. No,
I guess pay no attention to that.
I'm proud of you.
Faggot. Anyways, yeah, like it's just hard to pump these episodes. I mean, not that we have.
It's not hard. It's just hard to find the time.
It's hard. That's the hard part.
That's what she said.
Yeah, whatever. So essentially, I know this might be.
It won't be the last, but we unfortunately cannot. And I'm going to give up saying that it's going to be. Oh, we're gonna go back to this or that.
No, just stop.
But it won't be the last. That part I know for sure because I won't let it be the last. But I don't know if we'll be back next week. I don't know if a month from now or whatever. We'll see what happens. Roll with the punches.
Next one's probably gonna be done remotely.
Yeah, well, no. Well, hopefully the next one doesn't get done remotely. But either way, from a very soon point onward, it will be done remotely until I get one.
And I'm gonna have to cut in between to go take out the trash.
Freaking, we're having a deep conversation about like society and stuff, and I just hear like your lady in the back be like, "Go through the dishes." But anyways, but it's good to at least kind of keep it going to some degree.
It's nice to have. It doesn't necessarily have to make any money.
No.
I mean, it's just nice to to create something, and that's maybe the message for this podcast that I want to get to. Go do something. That's it.
Okay.
I don't know. Just don't fucking play fucking games all day. I mean, look, what are you looking at me for?
A lot of times when you're off, you're not doing anything.
Me?
Yeah, you.
No, I'm definitely running errands now.
Well, now you are. I'm saying for a long, up until very recent.
Yeah. No, well, I guess if you wanted to use your time to spend games, that makes you happy. Then I guess it's fine. But
be productive about it. Don't just mindlessly play games.
Yeah.
If you're an adult and
stream
you're
on
playing
Twitch
games,
and then
yeah,
get banned.
try some. Also, try not to get banned. AKA, don't play VR chat with offensive avatars.
We didn't even get into that one too much.
No, we didn't. But I feel like we'll leave that
for the next time.
Yeah, because
I did.
We have I still want to do a podcast
with VR chat.
in VR chat.
Well, that was my original plan.
Yeah.
But we were on our way to do that.
Exactly. I was scouting out locations
until you told me you got banned.
As the Ku Klux Klan Uganda Knuckles.
I mean, if anything, like that, we could just do that for the next one. If I have to do it remotely.
And if I still have the avatars, I'm definitely using them.
Oh God, get banned again. Well, so much for that, I guess.
But
hey, well, it is what it is, man. Life
no, you
changes.
just gotta avoid private rooms.
You join. Oh, well, that's where your fault was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Anyways,
every snowflake's gonna report you at this.
Exactly. Point. But in public rooms, they can't. They can't ban you.
They can't ban. Oh, really?
Yep.
So you were banned in a private room, but then yet you were banned to join any public room as well.
I was banned from the game.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah,
you have to get banned from a private room, or you don't get banned from.
Whoever's operating VR chat is obviously they have a Tumblr somewhere where
probably
they complain about things.
Fucking Tumblr needs to die.
I'm surprised it hasn't.
Jeez, bunch of fucking snowflakes on Tumblr.
Snowflakes everywhere. Watch in the summer, it's gonna be so hot, and yet I still see all these snowflakes. What's happening, Jan?
Well, it's weather weapons, I guess. Oh well, actually, before we stop, fuck it, just make it long. Who cares? Okay. It's gonna be a while. Well, one more topic I do want to get into. They banned that Gypsy Crusader guy.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna forget about that.
Yeah. I mean, you and I know who Gypsy Crusader is.
Of course.
I kind of don't want to really do his backstory.
He is the Joker guy from the memes.
Is he? Oh, the memes. I was thinking of the Riddler guy. That's how I found him.
Oh, the Riddler guy? Yeah, that was the first one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hope he does okay.
I feel like they're just getting him just to get him.
I feel so too. Again, the only thing that I came across as far as information goes was that he was apprehended or arrested because he is a felon in possession of a firearm. But if you know anything about anything, especially when it comes to the FBI, it would not be the first time that they falsified stuff. Also, the FBI is essentially the little butt buddy of whoever's in charge, politically speaking.
Worse than the CIA, huh? Or
Basically.
Probably just as bad. At
Wow,
this
I
point.
did not mean to do that.
Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, no, I hope he gets out. I don't know. He's a good guy.
Well, for you, I guess that's pretty much all we know about that. So much for that topic. Anyways,
we do have to do a deep dive later.
Yeah.
But.
For any of you that are interested in the guy himself, look up his origin story on YouTube, I suppose. And I think they took it down. Actually, you might have to look at BitChute. I'm sorry.
Yeah, BitChute, is your best bet.
Yeah.
But it is a
interesting tale of what could happen if someone was pushed too
yeah,
far from the other side.
It should help you to sympathize with him if you're not aware of who he is. I think it might be.
There's been wholesome moments he's had where he's literally given advice to people, kind of, hey, don't be like this. On was it Omegle? Is what they call it?
Omegle, yeah, whatever. Chat roulette.
Or as a meme where it cuts to the N-word. How do you feel?
Anyways, yeah, we're gonna wind down. It's been a bit of a mess, but
I think we're both tired. That's why.
Yeah, well, shit. What time have you been up until?
I woke up at probably 7 a.m.
2 hours.
Who cares?
2 hours extra.
I don't know why you're flexing that.
I'm flexing. It's the only exercise I've had.
You're like one of those. You're like one of those girls on Facebook who post their stats. Can't believe I'm only working on 3 hours of sleep. Shut the fuck up.
No, I've always said I'd be the best woman ever.
Get off of Facebook. How about that?
I'm gonna open an OnlyFans.
Expose yourself less to blue light, and maybe you'll get enough sleep. How about that?
No. The key to success as a female is to expose yourself more to the general public.
Whatever. Okay, we're done.
Everybody, we apologize, but at the same time, what did you expect? What? Do you have last words?
Well, I was gonna say I'm not fucking apologizing. Fuck you.
I'm too tired to not agree with that.
Yeah. What am I apologizing for?
I didn't tell you to apologize.
No, I'm saying I'm not gonna apologize.
Okay, then you
can
shut
apologize.
the hell up and just let me say my thing.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
It's too late now.
Bye.
Bye.